Hey you guys, all right, today I have a 30-minute mat Pilates workout for you. It's been a minute since we've dropped a mat workout on YouTube, but today you have a 30-minute one. So grab your ring. That is gonna be our prop of choice today. 95% of the time we're gonna be on the floor. We only have one sequence standing at the end, so be prepared for that. And like I always tell you, if you are enjoying YouTube, thank you, I'm so glad you're here, but if you want more, I have an on-demand platform, Pilates by JessPFit.com. Check it out, okay? Check it out. It is $24.99 a month, but you get a 7-day free trial. In that 7 days, you are welcome to explore the entire platform. You're even welcome to take advantage of the live classes, all right? So check it out. If you have questions, there is a contact button on my website. Hit that and an email will come directly to me and I can talk to you, okay? Anyway, let's get started. All right, so grab your Pilates ring. That is all we're gonna be using today, and have a comfortable space to work. And I'm gonna have you start on your feet so we can walk out. So put the ring top end of your mat. You come to the other side of your mat. Okay, we're gonna be on our feet, standing hips width apart with those legs. I just want you to feel nice and grounded. Okay, feet are flat, toes are relaxed, arms are long by your side, collarbone and chest are open on your inhale. You're gonna bring those arms up and overhead, growing taller, lengthening out of the waistline. Now, when we round the spine, I want you to try to round the entire spine from the base of the skull all the way to the tailbone. Okay, here we go. On your exhale, you're gonna nod your chin. Start the rounding of your spine. Now don't fold over. I want you to continue to round through the thoracic spine. That's where the pulling the belly button piece comes up and in. Okay, and we continue to roll all the way down, keeping the knees soft. You might notice that they need to bend, right? Because this is an opening stretch. You might still be a little tight through the back line of the leg. And just let yourself sink in a little bit here. All right? Now I want you to breathe into the back side of the knee. Try to open up that joint. Don't lock into it. I don't want you to pop into it, but I want you to work to open it. All right? On your next inhale, you're going to walk with your hands all the way out to a plank. Woo, my upper body is very sore right now. Walk to your plank, and I want you to hold right there. All right, now we're gonna start with a twisted plank, okay, which unless you did Tuesday's class, I haven't done this with you in a while. You're gonna take your left leg and you're gonna move it a little bit closer into the midline. Now you're gonna take your right leg and cross your ankle over your left. So right ankle over left. Now your right toes are off the floor, but I want your right toes to be connected. So we're gonna twist our hips. Keep your shoulders square, don't let them twist, but you're gonna twist waistline down, so now your right toes, the right ball of foot, can be on the floor. Okay, you're still long in your plank, we're just twisted from the hips down. All right, now, we're gonna pike, and when we pike, we're gonna neutralize the pelvis, so we're gonna bring it square and centered. All right, so here we go. You're gonna pike your sitting bones up and back. Your left sitting bone is gonna reach more than your right. Your right toes are gonna come off the floor because now you have leveled out your hips. I am bowing my ears between my biceps, okay? And then I'm gonna come back to my twisted plank, letting the left hip rotate towards the floor and the right ball of the foot touches down again. Let's do it again. Left sitting bone reaches up and back as we twist the pelvis to neutral. And then we come back to our twisted plank. Okay, let a right ball of foot on the floor. Now, if you start to slide back, meaning your shoulders are not over your wrists anymore, bring them, rock your toes forward so they stay over the wrists. Let's do it again. Left sitting bone reaches up and back, good. Piking those hips. On the reformer, right, we don't have that creeping tendency because the reformer rolls with you, but the mat doesn't. Okay, so we need to slightly adjust from time to time. All right, one more. Left sitting bone reaches up and back. We bow between our biceps. Okay, we feel our back. We feel those sitting bones broad, and then we come all the way back to that twisted plank. All right, now uncross the legs. Bring them back to parallel. All right, hold that plank. We're gonna do the other side right away. So let's take that right ball of foot, move it to the midline. Left ankle crosses over right. And now we're gonna let the right hip bone twist towards the floor so the left ball of foot can be touching down. Okay, stay right there. Now, your right sitting bone is gonna reach up and back as you pike. Your left toes are gonna leave the floor. Now, right away, you might notice something slightly different on this side. Great, be aware of it. Come back to your twisted plank. Good. Shoulders don't twist. Okay, we stay square. We're facing the straight. My nose and my eyes are facing the floor. Let's do it again. Right sitting bone reaches up and back. Bow between your biceps. So now I'm looking at my feet to keep the back of my neck nice and long. And then I twist, coming forward to my plank. 2 more. Right sitting bone reaches up and back more than you thought you could. Really level out that pelvis. And then come back to that twist. Good, and if you notice, I'm walking my toes forward from time to time to just get my shoulders over my wrists. Last one. Right sitting bone reaches up and back. Bow between your biceps. Hold it. Come forward to that plank. Uncross your legs. Level out your pelvis. Stay right there. And bring your knees down under your hips. You're going to roll onto your back. Okay, grab your ring as you do that. We're going to come into a bridge. Okay, so the ring is going to be with us now. The ring is going to be a challenge in this exercise, but I will give you an option to make it less of a challenge. You're going to take the ring between your palms, okay? And you're going to bring your arms up and over your chest, so you will not have the support of your arms in this bridge. Now, if you know right away that's not for you today, you can bend your elbows and glue your triceps to the floor, still holding the ring, just now it's close to your chest. Okay, and if that's also not for you, you can get rid of the ring completely and bring your arms long by your side. Okay, so you find your place, all right, and we're gonna be right there. Level the pelvis, neutralize the pelvis so you have a little bit of breathing room under the low back. You feel that beautiful connection, shoulder blade to shoulder blade. My feet are flat, hips width apart. We're gonna roll up. So we're gonna do this bridge in flexion. So I want you to start at the tailbone. You're gonna curl the tailbone and the pubic bone towards your nose. Your low back will imprint the mat. Continue to roll through the vertebrae all the way up to your shoulder girdle. Okay, so open up that collarbone, shoulders are down. You've opened up the pelvis by rolling through the spine. Now, find that space behind your heart, and roll from there, separating the vertebrae one at a time as you go down. So it should be nice and slow. Neutralize the pelvis. Let's do it again. Tailbone curls towards my nose, pubic bone too, right? I continue to roll all the way up to that bridge. Now from behind the heart, I roll, separating the vertebrae like cheese, like that cheese pull on a grilled cheese sandwich, right? When it's really perfect. The cheese just pulls. I want you to separate your spine like that. Let's go again. Tailbone towards my nose. Continue to roll all the way up to the shoulder girdle. Hold. Feel the hamstrings engage. All 10 toes are on the floor. Rolling one vertebrae at a time, separating them as you go down. Last one. We're going to hold this one up there. Tailbone curls. We roll up. Hold that bridge. Okay, now, make sure your heels are not too far away from you because we're going to go to a single leg bridge. We're going to start with the right leg. Your right leg is going to extend right off the hip. Now, it's a little bit higher because I want your knees to be in the same line, tracking with one another. Okay, now keep the toe pointed, level out your pelvis, and you're going to lower the leg. It's not going to tap the floor. I just want you to open up your front seat crease on that right side. Now flex the foot and lift. I would love for you to tap your ring if you have the ring up there. Okay, if you don't, then you're not tapping anything. Point and lower, keep the bridge lifted, keep the hips level, flex and tap. Point and lower, good, flex and lift. So take note. Take note of what you feel in the body right now, because when we get to the other side, chances are it's going to be slightly different. Stronger, weaker, little shifting might be happening. Lower, flex, and lift. Good. My right hip is not invited to drop down when I lower that leg. Okay, keep it the same height as your left. Lower and lift. 2 more. Point and lower, flex and lift. Point and lower, flex and lift. Now hold it lifted and give me a little pulse from behind your left glute where the glute and hamstring meet. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bend the right knee to put the foot flat on the floor. Keep your bridge. If you need to reset, that's fine. Otherwise, I want you to stay lifted. Take your left leg, extend that left leg. Knees are at the same height, point that toe, level out your pelvis. Open the front left hip, so you're lowering that leg to hip height. Flex and lift, tapping the ring if it's there, feel that beautiful stretch through your hamstring. Point and lower, hips stay level, flex and lift. Point and lower, flex and lift. What's happening with the body? Do you notice a difference in your right foot flat on the floor than you did with your left foot flat on the floor? Are you rolling through the foot? Are your toes picking up? Good. What's happening with your pelvis? Are you twisting? Can we level that out? 3 more. Lower, flex and lift. Point and lower, flex and lift. Last one. Point and lower, flex and lift. Now hold it lifted. Find that place behind your right leg where the glute and the hamstring meet. Give me a 1 inch down and up. Down and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bend that left knee and put that foot flat on the floor and come all the way down with your bridge. Nice job, you guys. Okay, we're gonna sit up. Keep your ring with you, come on up. Now, the ring is coming around the legs. So you're gonna take it just above the ankle, just above the bones of the ankle, so lower on your shin. We're gonna come into teaser. This is our only single-sided move today because otherwise your hip flexors would kill me if we stayed in it too long. So, we're gonna do this one and then move on and we'll come back to it later. Clasp your hands. All right, so I want you to hand like you're shaking someone's hand. Extend those arms right off your chest and I want you to sit really tall on your sitting bones. Now already my knees are bent, my feet are flat, I'm pressing outbound into my ring so I feel the lateral line of my leg from my hip. And I'm gonna sit up as tall as possible, shoulders down my back. Now we're gonna hinge and roll into our teaser. So, keeping the back and the spine completely long, we're gonna hinge back 1 to 2 inches. That just gets us off the tips of our sitting bones. Okay, now, I want you to scoop your tailbone. Curl your tailbone, that's gonna curl your lumbar spine, and as you approach the middle of your back, stay right there. You are in that squishy spot between your sitting bones and your tailbone. Okay, now we're gonna bring the legs up, but before we do that, I want you to bring these arms up and overhead. Frame your ears with your biceps. Okay, you can always bring your arms down if you need to, and you can always use them to support you if you need that as well. Okay, those are your options. Here we go. Let's bring both legs, imprint outbound into the ring, and lift both thighs close to your chest. Stay right there. We are gonna extend the legs 1 time. So I want you to open the back of your knee. Your toes are pointed. Open to full extension. Bend your knee. Pull the thighs closer to your chest. Your shins are parallel to the floor. My knees are going to twist to the right, and my elbows are going to pull down to the left. So, oppositional twist. Knees to the right. Knees tick-tock to the right. My elbows bend and pull towards my left hip. I'm bringing my right elbow closer to my left hip. Okay? Again, knees to the right, you twist your torso to the left. Come back to center. Good. Frame those ears with your biceps. Unfold the leg. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Good. Knees to the right, elbows to the left. Come back to center. Unfold. Unfold the back of the knee. Good. Bend the back of the knee. Pull those thighs in. Get the femur to sink into the pelvis. Elbows to the left, knees to the right. The nice thing about the ring is it's keeping us organized. Notice your twist of those knees to the right might not be so big. but that's great, okay? You've got 3 more. Unfold and bend. Knees to the right, elbows to the left. Come back to center. Inhale, unfold. Press outbound in your ring. Bend. Knees to the right, elbows to the left. You've got one final one. Come back to center. Press outbound into your ring so you feel a little more abductor and a little less hip flexor. Extend the back of the leg. Bend and elbows to the left, knees to the right. Come back to center. Unfold one time and hold for 6. Hold for 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and bring your feet down. Now you're gonna love this one. Hands come down behind you. This is gonna feel great after what we just did, okay? And you see why we're not doing both sides at one time. We're gonna come into a crab opener, hip opener. So your hands are down behind you underneath your shoulders, okay? And your fingers are either turned out at a 45 or they're facing your glutes. Whatever you feel, whatever bone rhythm feels better to you. I like a little turnout. So my thumbs are facing my glutes. Okay, now from here, feet are flat, knees are bent, pressing outbound into my ring. It is still around my ankle. I'm gonna lift my hips. So on my inhale, hips lift off the floor, and I'm gonna continue to press the hips up towards the sky, opening up my shoulders into shoulder extension, looking at the ceiling so the back of my neck is long. Okay, hold that. Now bend, or not bend, crease at the hips. Crease at the hips so you fold. Back is nice and long, crown of the head reaching away from the tailbone. My glutes are just hovering over the floor. Give me 1 tricep bend. So you're gonna bend your elbows. Bend your elbows, maybe your glutes touch down, maybe not, and press. Open the hips again. Inhale, lifting the pelvis, opening the seat crease, looking up, feeling the shoulder extension. I'm so sore, so this feels not great, but necessary. All right, soften. Okay, crease at the hips, stay right there. Elbows bend, that's how you get lower. The elbows bend, and then we press. We don't round the spine. Open the front of the hips, inhale. Exhale, fold, and bend, press. Good, 3 more. Inhale, open, all 10 toes are flat on the floor. Yes, your heels are heavier, but keep your toes down. I want a full foot connection. Okay, bend the elbows and press. 2 more. Open the front of the pelvis. Good, crease at the hips, hold. Bend and press. 1 more time. Open the front of the pelvis and crease. Stay right there. Bend and press. Now 4 tricep dips. That's it. Keep the spine long. Bend and press. Bend and press. 2 more. Bend and press. Last one. Bend and press. And have a seat. Oh, stay here. The ring is going to stay here for the next couple moves. Okay, so keep the ring above the ankle just where it is. If you need to take it off for a moment and reset, that's fine. We're gonna come into rolling like a ball. So, I want you to stay upright. You're gonna bring your toes on the floor, heels lifted, because I want you to creep those thighs closer to your chest. Now, you're gonna grab the shins, okay? Now, I want you to pull the legs towards you, okay? We're gonna round the spine. Okay, so I'm engaged through the upper body. My shoulders are down and back. My biceps are flexing a little. They're gonna flex even more, okay, as I find a rounded spine. So thinking about that puppet string right on the middle of our back. We're gonna pull that puppet string around the spine. I'm looking at my pelvis now. My shoulders are down, but now I'm really engaged through the upper body. And a strong round circle. Okay, allow the toes to hover off the floor and press outbound into that ring just a little bit more. Okay, from here, you're gonna keep the rounding of the spine as we roll to our shoulder blades. On your inhale, roll to your shoulder blades. Exhale, lift and hover the toes. Keep the rounding of the spine. If you need to reset that, come out of it, and then reset, but I want you to find it and hold it. Inhale, exhale, hover. Press outbound into your ring. Okay, inhale, exhale, hover. You'll notice if you keep that core contraction, the rolling like a ball is easy. Inhale, exhale, up. Good, hover those toes. Find the rounding of the spine. Don't look away from your pelvis. Inhale, exhale, lift. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Good, last one. Inhale and exhale. And release that all the way down. Okay, keep the ring like this, but you're gonna lay down. We're gonna come into rollover. All right, now, we're gonna play with the ring a little bit, but we're not gonna start that way. Okay, so right now, your arms are long by your side. You're gonna bring your legs up into tabletop. Okay, so tailbone heavy, neutralize that pelvis, shins parallel to the floor, press outbound in your ring. If you don't press outbound in your ring on this one, you're gonna lose it, right? And we wanna feel the lateral line of the leg. That is the reason for it there. Okay, collarbone is wide. Remember, your upper body is a big part of this exercise. It needs to support you. So I want you to imprint those arms into the floor. Okay, on your inhale, you're gonna extend your legs. All right, inhale, legs go long. Exhale, bring your legs up and continue up and over to find rollover. Your hips are off the floor. My legs are parallel to the floor. That's the goal. Okay, I am balancing on my shoulder girdle, not my neck. I am looking at my inner thighs. Do not turn your head in this exercise. Okay, now flex your feet strongly. Feel the length through your hamstring. Lead with the center of your heel. From behind the heart, just like we did before on the bridge. You're gonna roll like that sticky hot cheese. 1 vertebrae at a time. Pull them apart as you go and do it nice and slow, because that's the most beautiful cheese pull, right? Lower with control. Lower the legs, toes are pointed. And let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Flex your feet. Find behind the heart. Roll 1 vertebrae at a time. All the way back down. Point the toes. Lower the legs. We're going to add on a little bit. You're going to exhale, lift, up and over. Good, now stay there. Flex your feet. Now, if you would like to add a hamstring stretch, you're going to lower the toes to tap the floor. Then lift them. Okay? And then roll from behind the heart. If you do not feel that hamstring or that toe tap is accessible today, you don't need to go there, okay? Lower the legs. We're gonna do that one more time. Lower the legs. Inhale, exhale, up and over. Hold. Flex the feet. Try not to get onto the neck as you tap the toes. Good, lift the toes. From behind the heart, roll. Slowly, with control, keeping the triceps imprinting the ground. Now we're gonna lower the legs and we're gonna swivel the ring. So listen to my cues. You're gonna lower the legs, toes pointed. Your right leg is gonna cross your left. So you've swiveled inside your ring, almost like you're crossing your inner thighs. Okay, now let's go up like this. It's an inhale, exhale, up and over. My right leg is closer to me than my left. Okay, do not flex your feet, just stay like this to roll back down. 1 vertebrae at a time. We roll back with control and we lower the legs to switch the ring. Left leg over right. Left over right. And now let's go again. Inhale, exhale, up and over. You need to be pressing outbound in the ring for this to work. Okay, from behind the heart, let's go again. Roll 1 vertebrae at a time. We're gonna do 1 more each side. Lower the legs, right over left. Inhale to exhale, up and over. Hold. From behind the heart, roll, press outbound as you roll down. Good, switch the ring, left over right, left over right. Inhale, exhale, hold it. Good, open up those shoulders. From behind the heart, roll. imprint outbound in your ring, rolling all the way down. Level out your legs, bend them back to tabletop and set them down. Whew, that was some good rollover work. Okay, sit on up. We're coming back to teaser. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. So, you are seated. Ring is still around your ankles. This is the last time we're gonna do this one, okay? Make sure your feet are flat, knees are bent. Let's take those hands, clasp them right off the chest, okay? Feel that nice length, shoulders down your back. Grow a little taller so you're on the tips of your sitting bones. Okay, if you need to move your feet away from you to do that, that's okay. You're gonna hinge back. So, leading with the crown of the head and tailbone stay in the same line, hinge and hold. Okay, now you're gonna scoop the tailbone. Scoop the tailbone, roll into that slight posterior tilt, right? Rounding through the lumbar spine. Stay right there. Bring your arms up and overhead, frame your ears with your biceps. Okay, now, pressing outbound into the ring, we lift the thighs towards the chest, hold. Okay, this time, my knees are gonna go to the left, but first, we need to unfold. Unfold the back of the knee. Breathe into it. Good, bend it. Now knees to the left, elbows to the right. Come back to center. Let's go again. Unfold the back of the knee. Bend the knee, shins parallel to the floor. Elbows pull to the right, knees twist to the left. It's not a huge twist. Come back to center. Good. Unfold. Press outbound in your ring so you feel the lateral line of the leg more than you feel the hip flexors for right now anyway. Knees to the left, elbows to the right. And center. 3 more. Unfold. Now you might notice a slight difference. Okay, knees to the left, elbows to the right. I know we did the other one before, but not so long ago. Not so long ago. I'm sure you remember. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, bend, pull those thighs in. Knees to the left, elbows to the right. Back to center, 1 more time. Unfold and bend. Good. Elbows to the right, knees to the left. Come back to center. Unfold those legs 1 time. Hold them for me. Hold them for 6. Press out in your ring for 5. For 4, 3, 2, and bend the knees, put the feet down, take the ring off. Okay, we are coming onto our stomach, so flip over for me with your ring. We gotta do some prone extension work, okay? So, you're gonna like this, especially after what we're coming off of. The ring is gonna come out in front of you, okay, arms long, and just let it go to start. Just leave it out there, okay? You're gonna bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Okay, all 10 fingers spread nice and wide. Let your legs be slightly wider than your hips and relax your toes. We're gonna press into up dog to start. All right, just to find that extension. On your inhale, you're gonna press through the palms. You're going for 2 straight arms. If 2 straight arms is too much today, because your hips will lift off the floor. If that is too much, keep the elbows soft, okay? And work towards this. Open up your collarbone, press the tailbone slightly underneath you so we don't overly shorten the low back. Think about your sternum, right? Like a beam of light, like an arc reactor in Iron Man, right? Shooting from your chest, looking straight forward. Bend the elbows, come back down slow. Okay, right here, engage your core. Think about wrapping your ribs so that your belly button can slightly hover. Okay, hold that. When we press into extension, that will change, but right now that is where I want you when we're on the mat. Okay, inhale, pressing through your palms, lifting, goal is for 2 straight arms, broaden the collarbone, turn the tailbone under slightly. Exhale, come back down. Okay, 1 more time, wrap the ribs, draw the belly button up and back. Inhale, press, hold and breathe for 4, for 3, last 2, and come down with control. Now, leave your legs exactly as they are. Reach forward for your ring. You're gonna have the squishy pad, 1 squishy pad down on the floor, 1 facing the ceiling. You're gonna have your right hand on the bottom squishy pad and your left hand on the top. All right, so you're gonna feel some great shoulder extension work here as well. All right, now, I want you to make sure that your legs are parallel, okay, in hips width. Now, we're gonna work into a single leg kick, really, but I want you to get into an extension through the upper half first. All right, so right now I'm looking at the floor. On my inhale, I'm gonna press through the bottom palm and lift into extension. Okay, my arms are plugged into my back. My sternum, like that beam of light, is shooting right through the center of the ring. Okay, now with my right leg only, I'm gonna flex and pulse it to my butt. So right foot, pulse, pulse, point and lower. Right leg only, pulse, pulse, point and lower. Good, pulse, pulse, point and lower. So feel that stretch on the quad. Okay, it's a single leg kick, one side, so opposite that high arm. All right, diagonal sling. Flex, flex, point and lower. Good. Flex, flex, point and lower. Two more. Kick, kick, point and lower. Last one. Point and lower your chest. Let's switch the arms. Left hand down, right hand on top. Okay, same exact thing. Pressing through the bottom palm. Let's lift into extension. Shoulders roll down the back. My shoulder blades wrap my ribs. My sternum is shooting through the ring. Left foot only. Flex, flex, point and lower. Good. Flex, kick, point and lower. Heel to butt, point and lower. Good. Flex, flex, point and lower. Four more. Kick, kick. Feel that stretch on the left quad now. Okay, 3, 2, good, last one, lower. Now, both hands are gonna come to the top of the ring, so don't lose your extension because it's gonna happen anyway. Both hands are coming up to the top. All right, so you're already in a slight extension. Your legs are still hips width apart. If you open your legs wider, you might get a little more relief if you feel pinching in the low back or sacrum area. Okay, so you can always open your legs wider if you need to, but I'd like you to try to keep them a little more narrow. On your inhale, we're gonna lift the upper half just a little bit more, but we're also gonna lift the lower half. Okay, so on your inhale, full extension, pressing the pubic bone into the floor, my legs lift, and my upper body lifted slightly more, pressing down into my ring. Okay, from here, we're gonna swim these legs. Little flutter kicks, tiny. Everything else stays nice and stable. I'm looking just above my ring for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it, and lower all the way down. Let your ring go. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Toes are gonna turn under. You're gonna give me just one push-up. One push-up, knees or toes. And you're gonna walk your hands back to your feet all the way, letting your heels come down. On your inhale, you're gonna roll all the way up to standing, and I want you to grab your ring. We have one final sequence. Okay, give me a couple minutes over. One final sequence in a plie. So you're gonna take your feet wider than your hips. Toes are turned out slightly, so you're in that wide second stance. Inner thighs shine a little more forward. Okay, the ring is coming around your forearms, all right? So we're gonna feel that back a little bit more, and we're gonna open up the hips and the waistline. So imprint outbound into your ring, feel your back, broaden your collarbone. Okay, palms are facing in. You're gonna bring your arms up and overhead on your inhale. Arms come overhead. Okay, beautiful. You're gonna give me one plie. So that means our spine stays completely straight and upright. Okay, we're gonna bend the knees, tailbone drips straight for the floor. Now I want you to make sure that your knees are not in front of your toes or behind your ankle. They are over the center of your foot. Okay, the depth of your plie is gonna come from the flexibility through the inner thighs. Okay, press outbound into your ring, send your shoulder blades down and around your ribs. hold right here. We're gonna do it around the world. All right, getting a little side flexion in. You're gonna take this ring up and over to your right, up and over. Do not grow any taller out of that plie. Then we're gonna roll, keeping the hips upright. So think about your hips like a bowl of water. Don't let that water spill. As you round forward, over to the left, and back up. Okay, pelvis is a bowl of water, bowl of soup. Don't let it spill. Okay, we're going to the left this time. Send your shoulder blades down. Inhale, up and over to the left. Don't let your pelvis spill. Keep it upright as you roll, finding length through the spine. That's what that helps. It helps us find length through the lumbar spine. Over to the right and up. Good, to the right. Inhale, up and over, always finding length. Right, rolling through center, not letting the bowl of water spill. Over to the left and back up. Last one. Inhale, up and over to the left. Roll through center. Oh my gosh, that length on the side body feels good. Come to the right and back up. Hold right here and give me a tiny little pulse of your plie. 1 inch down and up. You're here for 8, 7, good, 6. Let the inner thighs open for the depth. Okay, 4, 3, 2, and come all the way up, arms down. Okay, little stretch. This is gonna feel amazing. So join me one more time on the floor with your ring. Have a seat. Legs are extended in front of you. Okay, you're gonna take your ring and you're gonna hook the ball of your foot. All right, with one squishy pad. Roll your shoulders down your back. Sit nice and tall on your sitting bones. Think postural, okay? Now, you don't have to stay for this stretch, but it's gonna feel great in the body, okay? Just like we did with that plie, we're gonna lengthen the spine. So we're gonna do spine stretch with the legs zipped up, okay? So what I want you to think about here is a seat belt around your pelvis. You're gonna curl up and over that seat belt. We're not gonna let the bowl of water of our hips tip, okay? So try to keep the pelvis upright, okay? On your exhale, you're gonna nod your chin, round your spine, and roll into a round back. You can pull on your ring, okay? But I want you to keep your hips back, okay? I'm looking at my pelvis. Hips back, rounding that spine, creating length between the vertebrae. Okay, hold and breathe. For 4, for 3, last 2, and release that. Keep your feet hooked. Take your right arm and reach it out off the chest, palm in. On your inhale, you're gonna take that right arm up and around to the back. You're gonna twist to the right, tap your pinky finger on the floor, and come up and over to the ring, grab onto it. Left arm reaches off the chest. Inhale, left arm, up and around. That's a big inhale, tap your pinky finger. Exhale, bring it back around to the ring. Good, to the right, right arm reaches. Inhale. Oh, it feels amazing, I could do this all day. Come back to your ring. Good, left arm, arm off the chest, shoulders down and back. Inhale, up and around. We're gonna do one more each side. Okay, come all the way back to the ring, so enjoy it. Right arm reaches off the chest, shoulders are down, sit tall. Inhale, rotating to the right, tap. Come all the way back on your exhale. Left arm reaches. Inhale, up and around. Exhale, bring it back. Release the ring, guys, and you are all set. That was your 30 minutes on the mat on YouTube, right? I know it's been a minute, but some of you really love these mat workouts, so I will try to drop more of them from time to time. Like I always tell you, if you want more from me, because I know I don't put much on YouTube, it's about once a month. If you want more, I have an on-demand platform, Pilates by JessPFit.com. Check it out. There is already over 500 workouts on there, both mat and reformer. There is equal amount of mat work and equal amount of reformer work. I have 4 live classes a week that you are welcome to take advantage of. You get a 7-day free trial. In that 7 days, explore. Do the educational tutorials, check out the beginner program, do the advanced workouts, join me for some live classes, okay, and then see how you feel. But for $24.99 a month, I promise you the value is unreal. All right, so I hope to see you there. If not, I will see you again on YouTube soon, and take care.